What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Lake Julian and it's time for another Formwork Friday, folks. Ooh, I could just keep adding more F's. So what we're gonna do, similar to the last Scramble video, we're gonna do some Scramble shots, but these are some shots that I have very, very rarely pulled out. Things that I pull out once or twice a year, max. But I know how to do them. So it's fun to know how to do them because if you need it, you have it. Going to give you a quick rundown of the different shots we're going to go over today and show you how they fly in a somewhat open area, and then we're going to go show you when you might run into a circumstance where you might need it. The first is going to be the air bounce. You need to go under something and you still need to go somewhere, so you throw it at the ground with the nose up. And the way I make sure that I get the nose up is the further up the rim your thumb goes, the more nose up it's gonna be. So I put my thumb about there instead of my normal driving, which is inside my fingers, right? So I'm gonna put my thumb way up. I'm basically just palming it, and then I'm gonna throw it like this, right? So it can go low under something, pop back up. Now, if you do that same exact throw with an overstable driver, and when I say overstable driver, I mean this is a Captain's Raptor Jawbreaker Z-Flex, which is already a very overstable plastic, and this one sat in my car and got super flat. So it is very overstable. I'm gonna put it on Anheuser and throw the same shot, and you can actually get it to go out under something and then skip left. It's a really cool little shot. It didn't have the skip because it landed in a ditch. Next up on the docket, we're gonna go with the little forehand roller. And usually for scrambling purposes, I'm doing it with a putter because it's easy to control exactly where you put the putter down, and you typically aren't gonna go very far. You just need a little bit of a get you out of some tight spots. Now, what about the backhand roller? Sometimes you need to throw a roller that instead of curving this way, goes the other way, but you don't have the power or the distance or the disc control to be able to lay a backhand roller down. What do? You grab your putter and you hold it here, and then you throw it at the ground. Same idea, except now the flight plate is going the other direction. So now it's turning the other way. Now, similar to the air bounce, what happens if you need to go under something, but you're like, I need it to still kind of get left, but I don't have a flat top Captain's Raptor, or I don't have a Splice or a Firebird on hand. What are you gonna do? This is where you grab your flippy disc, typically something a little bit slower, and you're gonna hold it like it's a thumber, right? Hold it like a thumb inside the rim. And then you're gonna throw a Spikeiser forehand. I know it sounds dumb, but you're gonna try to get this as close to your leg, and you're gonna basically throw it. You're basically throwing a thumber forehand grenade. And, oh, I hope this one's flippy enough. It should look something similar to this. I might have to go get another disc out of my car. I need something a little flippier than that spore. But the idea is you're throwing something flippy, whoop, pop it down there, it'll go under, rise up, and then go the other direction. It needs to be a little bit flippier than what I just pulled out though. Now we got the air bounce. Let me grab it there. For the backhand, you could be in a position like this. Just imagine that there's more trees there and more trees here. So you don't really have an option of like straddling out and going hyzer or anhyzer. There is this little window down here though. So if you give it enough nose up, you can give the basket a run from over here. And a little bit more. That was chain high. And I just went under this. Let's see if I can do it with something a little more stable. This is an Envy. Remember, thumb right here, and then just throw it at the ground. That was above the basket. And now Sky got 4. It's a P2. And now I hit a tree, of course. But you get the idea, right? Something low, you need to get through it, but you still want to get to gain a little bit of ground, possibly even give the basket a run because you're in a tightly packed green. Throw an air bounce. What's it gonna hurt? I'm throwing through the most open gap right here. And I just made it with 3 out of the 4. Similar idea here, but on this shot, I want it to skip. So I want to go around the tree this way with something overstable enough to fade back. So throw an anhyzer, have an air bounce. What's the big deal? I'm gonna use a cap wrap. I need to commit to the anhyzer. And I need to pick a different gap. Because I've actually, you pulled this out, I was over on 14 and I had to go under a holly branch and I had a splice. I'm like, I need to go under a holly branch and then get a left. So just take it and crunch it like this. Maybe I just need to practice my air bounces a little bit. Here's the spore. But you get the idea, right? If you do the exact same thing that I'm just doing with putters, if you can get it with the distance driver or that 9-speed, you can get the skip left, which can actually push you further left than throwing a putter. I'm just really bad with that specific Captain's Raptor. Now this is actually a spot where I found myself before. Trying to get there. The normal fairway is on that side, right? So all the openings are over there. You have low, you can try to just put something low. Give yourself a putt. You could try to go right. Or you could try something a little fancy and put this up here. A little more cut on that. Not enough cut. But you can put it down and it's just gonna curl back around to the basket. Similar to that little backhand thing, we just have the little put it down as a forehand roller. So I'm just gonna put it down right here and it should just kind of curl over towards the basket. Yeah, I need that to curl a little bit more than it did though. Let it pass. See, I'm not really trying very hard. I'm just kind of, you just put it on the ground and it goes where you want it to. Sometimes rollers are very helpful because, like I said, low branches, you can always just put it on the ground, let it roll under the branch, and then go the direction you need it to go. And now last but not least, we're gonna try, I'm gonna call it a thumber grenade, because the grenade you're throwing this way, like that, and it should flip and turn. This one is the exact opposite. So I'm actually trying to go through this gap and then get to the left. So I'm holding it like it's a thumber, and then I'm just throwing it here. I have my flippiest, mid-range, my peach, and this used to be a glitch. Now I'm not exactly sure what that shape is, but we're gonna try both of these and see if it gives us the desired shot shape. Glitch might work. Yeah, neither one of those were quite flippy enough. I think a Rolla would probably do, maybe a Paradox, something. You need something really, really flippy. Works great with an Ultra Star. If you can get a disc that is as flippy and as understable as an Ultra Star, do that with it, and then watch it flip up and glide. I've gotten one of those with an Ultra Star to go at least 150 feet. It's surprising what it can do, but also you're throwing it like it's a thumber, but it's going the same direction as a backhand. It's so weird, and most people can't even understand the concept of how the disc does what it does. But try it. Try any of these shots. I know they may, they're not for everyone, and they're not for every round. These are scramble shots that I know I have if I need it, but for the most part, I never need it because I'm very confident in other types of throws. So if you can figure out which one of these is a good style of throw for you, it gives you an extra tool in your toolkit. So go out, try them. Maybe on a round with friends, just see, hey, maybe I could throw this thumber grenade, or I need to get to the right. Let me throw the backhand roller, but just from my shoulder straight at the ground. It's worth giving a try, and most of those throws were throws I learned from somebody else, except for the thumber grenade. That's something that I think I'm the first person I've ever seen do it. It's the only person I know to ever do it. So take that with a grain of salt. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video. If you want to see other stuff, other Formworks, things that you may be working on, make sure to comment that down below, and we try to work those into the next Formwork videos. Please make sure to subscribe. It helps you out, and it definitely helps me. And until next time, see you out on the course.